Hello, IJ76 Ian here. Welcome to a new league, AOR Racing, Project Cars 2. This is the IndyCar season, and we're in Tier 2, so the bottom tier out of 2 on the PlayStation 4. And this is Long Beach, round 1. We've qualified 10th of 12 in the Delara with the Chevrolet engine. And we are having a single file start, which I think was a very sensible idea indeed. Otherwise there could have been potentially havoc into the first corner, so we're all fairly well split. A couple of guys going side by side there, but we've got a big gap to the 11th place guy behind us and a reasonably good gap to Oasis fan in front in 9th. Coming down past the Queen Mary, sort of, on the left hand side. Car's gone off already, so we're up to 9th. Difficult circuit. This did do a race distance practice, so I can't claim my usual didn't practice, but I haven't really fiddled around with the setup too much, so it's a little bit twitchy, so I'm expecting possibly some mistakes later in this race, but I think we can get stuck into the midfield positions, but not likely to challenge for the top few. So ahead of us we've got Oasis fan, and Matix I believe is behind us in 10th place. As you can see, we've got the proximity arrow, the direction arrows to give us a clue really about braking here, but other than that we've got 0 assists on, and so easy to run wide in this tight twisty end to the lap, but pretty pleased with 9th. As you can see, 57 lap race, including the 1 lap formation lap we had. Guys already going into the pits, so we're up to 8th. So further round lap 3, and we make a mistake, nearly lose the back end, hold it quite well, but it's given Matix the opportunity to come up the inside of us. And actually that mistake was actually fortuitous for us, as you'll see in a moment, as Michel runs wide there, so we gain a spot back up to 8th. But if we hadn't made that mistake, we could have got involved in this crash coming up. So Matix is ahead in the distance. He's going to come around the corner and find Oasis fan in the middle of the track, and look at that. Wow, Oasis fan gets spun up wildly into the air, and I said thank you very much, sorry for you guys, but I've gained 2 spots up to 6th. Just a view, this is from Matix. Something weird happens. Look, there's definitely a fault there. He suddenly appeared, was transported to the scene of the accident, so something really odd happened there. But anyway, we're up to 6th. Now this is on lap 5, and we're going along reasonably nicely in 6th. We've got Michel, who's quicker than us, to be honest, comes down the inside really nicely. I must be really early on the brakes there, as a guy goes wide, so we're up to 6th actually, having lost 6th temporarily. On to lap 6th, we're lying still in 6th place. Come around the corner, and whoa, Michel and another guy, I think that might have been Matix, have had some sort of coming together, or perhaps just a coincidence, so we're up to 5th. And then we brake too late, lost concentration perhaps slightly, didn't pick our braking point on lap 13. Very costly in this game, full damage on, so we've come into the pits. We will be making a pit stop later on to go on the quicker red sidewall tyre, so this will be an additional stop unfortunately. We did lose 30 odd seconds there, and then almost immediately we crash again and get more damage. We'd rejoined in 7th, which wasn't too bad. So this time we lost 34.5 seconds in the pits, as well as obviously the time you lose coming in and out of the pits. Lap 16, and oh look, I've made a 3rd mistake. This time thankfully it didn't create any damage, but we've lost a place there, down to 8th. Lap 17, and it's just all going to pot because I make a terrible mistake. Outbrake myself, at least had the good sense to turn right down the escape road so I didn't get any damage, but then I had to do a silly reverse 3-point turn thingy, which probably broke all sorts of rules. I was keeping an eye on the map just about to make sure I didn't interfere with anybody, so I try and rejoin here thankfully I do look at the map, see there's 2 guys there, so I let them through. But I'm 8th out of 8 actual runners, so I'm dead last. I'm up to 7th with a pit stop for one of the guys. This is lap 33, and about the 5th mistake of the day, I lose it into the wall, and the wing tries to join me in the cockpit, and this time I lose a whopping 51 seconds. So I'm dead last, well, I will be shortly. I made another small mistake later on. I did change my tyres to the quicker tyres, but I lost 15 seconds in that pit stop. Minor damage, I think it was. Lap 49. Now I'm actually chasing down AOR Gizmo, and I got excited here because this is towards the end of the race. Well, actually the leader's already on lap 56, so there's only a lap to go effectively after this. I was catching him really, really quickly. I don't know if he had damage or he was just taking it easy. I nearly ran to the back of him, went through easily, and got really excited till I remembered that I got a 20-second penalty for cutting the yellow line ever so slightly on one of my numerous pit stops. So I'm up to 6th on the road, but it will end up being 7th. So there we go, that was it. I'm going to finish 7 laps down, which is just crazy. But I'm going to get points for 7th, which is okay. Finishing last isn't fantastic, but the pace was okay, kind of mid to bottom of the grid, but just too many mistakes. I need to sort my setup out and just practice a lot more on this car. Looking forward to the rest of the season though, especially with some oval races coming up, but I think the next one is going to be at Laguna Seca, a road circuit, but I think that's going to be quite tough as well, particularly some tricky corners like the corkscrew at the end of that one. So this race won by Giorgio Limaro, I know well, in 2nd, and Nick Nitro's 3rd. Join us next time.